PP2? If that's the case, why are you guys living on ice so much? The camouflage getting you real hard? Is that why you live ice? Does the camouflage hit you hard? Is that why you live ice? Do you live ice because the camouflage gets you hard? What is it? You guys come out and they kill your people and you guys get arrested? What is it? Tell me, why do you live ice? If that's the case, why do you live ice? Is it the camouflage? You guys have wet dreams about them? You see, oh, I want to be surrounded by a camouflage crew.
Well, the street's slowly filling up, but there's not a lot of traffic now. Look at this tarp. Spring Saturday or something? I'm not sure what this is about. Spring or first
Peace and love. Call it in. Do you stand with ICE and why? Call it in. Call it in, chat. Call it in. Phone lines open. Phone lines open. Call it in, man. We here for it tonight. Call it in.
Everybody tapping on that screen, sharing the screen. Gracias a los que están compartiendo, haciéndole tap a la pantalla. Gracias, estamos en Los Ángeles, California. You already know. Peaceful protest. My activists, civil rights people.
Call it in, chat. It's Friday. Don't leave me up here by myself. We got the Zoom open for all the smoke about ICE. Let's get it crunk. Let's be respectful. Let's have fun, man. Let's talk about the crazy stuff going on in this country and where you stand on it, people. Let's have fun tonight. Call it in. Salutes to everyone. Salutes to every last one of y'all. Call it on in. The link is pinned. Easy that dude.
What's up with the guy? Could you hear me clear?
I can hear you loud and clear. Shout out to my sister Dulcinea, my brother Bronze Flat Power. Look at my members, man. D. Allen Warren. What's good? We got a caller, bro. Let's hear from you, man. Thank you for calling in.
Oh yeah, I didn't want to leave you up here by yourself, so I
I
really don't got
appreciate that.
no. Yeah, I called in a couple times before.
I already know who
And
you are. Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. I just want to clarify. I know because I honestly sometimes I don't really know how you do it, bruh. Because you are all inclusive, but that's really why I give a lot of reverence to you because you welcome the smoke. Meanwhile, many of the propagandists, you see what they do. They get in front of like a 4K camera and then they go on a monologue. You know what I mean? And then they block people in the chat. That's challenging them. So you actually welcome the smoke. So I could always appreciate that, So you one of
Yeah.
the intellectual giants, what I mean, in the space. So I just want to give you that appropriate
Man,
reverence.
that means a lot, bro. I appreciate that sincerely. We
Yeah,
need
yeah.
we
And I
need to try to get us a power panel for the night. I say, it's kind of late on the East Coast end, but at the end of the day, it is Friday, so I know them jokers up. Come on in, everybody. Let's talk about this stuff, man. Let's
yeah,
talk about
yeah,
yeah.
TGIF, right?
Yeah,
And
I'm gonna
and I
grab me
definitely
something to drink real quick, man. If you know what I
okay.
mean. Hold up a second. Coming right back.
Oh yeah, you good.
Ain't going nowhere. Little mini fridge.
A little interlude.
Can't let. I'm gonna. Keep my. All right, there we go. Yeah, I'm back. I'm good. Yeah, we here for
Okay,
it. Let me
cool.
give a shout out to Kristen Smith. Good to see you back, bro. I've been on my Facebook really making noise. I'm like going viral on Facebook, man. I'm talking
Yeah, you
about
can go.
viral.
Do you
Yeah.
got a group?
No,
You got a Sanchez group on there?
I've been making edited vertical documentaries and uploading them on Facebook, and they've been getting like 500 shares. Like, it's the numbers is crazy, and it's only
Yeah, no,
growing.
you know what? I've been having to shift towards content, bro. I start doing vertical content, bro. And like I said, I mean, I'm just I usually like join panels, but yeah, like my numbers been crazy mainly off the vertical. Once you look at the
Yeah,
analytics, it says like 80% of the my people is viewing it from that. So I am starting to like tailor my content towards that. But it's good to have the balance too, especially if you use StreamYard. I think Zoom does it too. It will allow you to stream in both formats. You know what I mean? So for the
that's
people
right.
that's watching it on the TV and vertical, yeah. So
Bro, I
salute to
got
you,
to
bro.
get up on that. You know what, bro? I got to get up on that, man. So I can be
Yeah,
like
you
right
got
now,
to.
I can be doing a vertical joint too with this.
Yeah, yeah,
And that,
bro. That
yeah.
actually, because bro, I don't even got nowhere near the subs as you. And then from my page, BEATZ, that dude, like I'm getting more views than people that's like monetized and stuff. You know what I mean?
I
But
believe you. Cause the
but
vertical
it's
shit. Yeah, hey bro, I
yes,
just got on
and it does it
it.
simultaneously though. That's why. So you're not losing anything. And if anything, YouTube they promote the vertical more. So when somebody just logs on YouTube, you'll be on the home page even if somebody is not really sub to you. And if you actually put the keywords in too, like you'll just pop up. I was checking and like a lot of my viewership, was just random people like popping in too, So yeah, definitely get on that. But yeah, to proceed on with the stream because I don't want to derail your topic, but I
It's all
definitely
good.
would want to get like a power panel with you and chop it up because I'm doing like a lot of stuff in the community and I kind of want to bring that to the forefront, so it's not always just us like ragging on each other and a bunch of toxic type of content. I know that ain't your get down, but you know what I'm saying.
I got you.
But yeah,
Hey
in
man,
terms of
so
the ice, I heard I seen one of your streams when I seen that you said you was getting a little bit of backlash or something because people was questioning your lineage because
Just
you know,
because of
where
ICE.
yeah, that's wild. And for me, so the thing is, I'm not really pro ICE because all of them are law enforcement, right? ICE is just the immigration police, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna say start putting on the cape for any type of enforcement. But I am support of the deportations, and I am in support of securing the border. But what they're doing, all of that stuff, where they saying, "Oh my God, they feared for their life. That's why they had to unalive
I
the
don't even want
Renee
to even
Good."
talk. See, the shooting and stuff, that's a whole
Yeah,
nother topic because we got to deal with that. Everybody ain't law enforcement officers. And I don't like having
correct.
this conversation with people because I got a law enforcement background and you got to get your emotions out of this. From a law enforcement background, bro, if you don't know the law and what you can and can't do, that shit can cost you your life dealing with a police officer. And folks don't know that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I hate to tell them like, in the case of the chick, because there's been so many. Now I damn, I cut you off, bro. Continue. My bad. I'm gonna hold that down. Go ahead.
Nah,
Take your time.
nah, you know what? But see, like this the type of build that I came up for. Is like, so we having a dialogue, so it could go back and forth, and we can kind of just feed off each other like that.
Yeah.
But and especially since you have a law enforcement background, I'll defer, to you in many instances because that's where people do bring their emotion into it. They say, "Oh, you must be MAGA." It's like, no, I'm making a deduction of the facts, and the laws are always up for interpretation, right? Like they kind of play loose with the laws. For instance, they were calling the dude a domestic terrorist. You know what I mean? Based on whose definition and whose interpretation of that, right? We know the definition is concrete, but who's perceiving the threat, right? Who's interpreting it as well. So, like you said, with the just with the Nicole Good, right? Some based on some law enforcement experts, some said that their protocols are, if you're in fear for your life, especially from a moving vehicle, you get out the way. That's the first step, and then you
Can I
do
say something to
whatever.
that?
Go
Can I
ahead, you
say
got it.
one? From the law enforcement expertise, you're right. You in fear of your life for a vehicle, you do get out the way. But a cop don't have an obligation to flee, and it ain't just about flight, it's about fight. So if a cop do choose not to flight and to fight, think about it. At the end of the day, his life was in danger and you put it there. And if a person's life is in danger, they can fight or flight. And that's the part, the other side of the coin I think we missed. But go ahead.
Yeah, and thanks for adding that context. And then, like I said, these laws, they have their upper interpretation, and then they have caveats within that law as well. So when people say, "Oh, did he fear for his life?" Just like in many stand your grounds too, it will explicitly state whether you fear for your life, but also imminent bodily harm. So he could say, "Man, that car could have ran over my foot and crushed all my toes." That's severe bodily harm. And in many grounds, you know, that would be enough to, use what they would use lethal force. You know what I mean?
It's smashing off on gas. If they're, see, the thing about it is the cop that shot had just got drugged by a car like a week or two ago. So he was gnawed. He was shout out to Redden. Did I let you on the call right now, Redden? I can't see the thing. Did I let him on? Yeah, he's on. Shout out to you. But I want to ask you a question. Why are you for deportation and for ICE? What are your reasons for wanting the quote unquote illegal immigrants out?
So the reason why I want it out, because they've already done multiple studies in metrics And even Bernie Sanders, who's like a staunch, like progressive lefty, they talked about how both legal, but I'll just stick with the illegal immigration, right? Mass illegal immigration, it hurts obviously the FBA community the most, once you're competing in those jobs for the same sector and it's not really about the competition, but
Question.
for all the, oh, yeah, you got a question?
What job that an illegal immigrant got that Brother Sanchez would be envying him or try to compete? Because keep in mind now, we're talking about an illegal immigrant. They can't make a paycheck. It got to be cash money. It got to be under the table. All of the under table jobs in America are freaking shitty. Now, I know there's a lot of our people need them. We got a lot of felons, right? And stuff like that. So go into that, because give me something, because you gotta let me really paint a picture for me how these immigrants really taking my job, because it's just not true for I don't think that's true, brother. Not unless you can school me on that, because the average black person, we get our money so unique from the way these immigrants get their money. And these niggas ain't no illegal immigrants stopping they hustle, they grind. I bet you they got Jordans and all that. They know them, right? Go ahead, brother.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, no, I get that, but see, that's part of our culture, which is why people make terms like, get it out the mud, etc. But these are not my reporting, right? They got Brookings Center for Immigration Studies, and there
But
is like I will.
You don't think that they give us these kind of reportings to get us activate for certain agendas and stuff? I don't really, because they got reports that actually say that we're more violent and that we're more, and they got reports that make us look bad too. But go ahead.
Okay, but then there's also the reports, and then it's also the reality as well. So I'll just speak for California, specifically, right? There was a massive thing where just like hundreds of people were getting illegal CDLs, right? It's a bunch of brothers that will CDL. So there's this thing that like, oh, everyone is just coming to do a crappy job and pick fruit. But when they drop tens of thousands of people in Chicago in a black neighborhood, there's no fruit being picked out there, right? All of those jobs that claim they are unwilling to do, they got prisoners doing those jobs. So if prisoners will do the job, clearly some other people will do it. So it's not really about necessarily that other people won't do the job. If you could pay somebody a lower wage, it's going to stagnate the wages, not just for us, just for everyone, but just outside of the lower end jobs as well too. There's a lot of preference in terms of like giving out business loans, grants and stuff. I mean, there's multiple people out here where if you go and get a loan, it's at risk. Someone from an immigrant background, they come, and I'm not saying that, this this is particularly their fault. If it's something that they can take advantage of or have an opportunity, to utilize, it just kind of is what it is. However, like, how does that help us when they're bringing over millions of people that they're already going to treat as a buffer class, give them preferential treatment, minorities you to death, people of color you to death, marginalized group? We're at the bottom of all of that. So in terms of the racial, social stratification in America, we're at the bottom of that. So bringing in more people on top of that is just not beneficial to us. Not just only the jobs, the political displacement.
Before we go into that, can we stay on the job for 1 second?
But minimum wage ain't never changed. It's still $7.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, I think that
that's
instead of us
minimum wage, that's not California minimum wage.
Say it again.
No, I said that's the federal minimum wage, and it's like I think it's like $8.50 now. But I mean,
so how long the minimum wage? How much did it go up for the last 20 years? Did the minimum wage change in 20 years? Drastically?
You gotta go by state. So it depends on what state you're in.
I'm just asking you a question.
And I just told you it depends on what state you in.
Can I
I'm in California.
can I talk about
It's a
something
different
real
minimum
quick, brother?
wage.
Real quick, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're talking about how many people leaving the country to clear up more jobs for us. And I get that. But ain't nobody talking about at the same time they're kicking immigrants out, they're laying off people everywhere. Amazon just laid off hella people. So I like the idea that you saying, well, when they get the immigrants out, that's going to free up some jobs for Americans. But they moving the factories overseas. That's why everybody in America, they got rid of the factory workers for warehouse workers. How many people that y'all know work in a warehouse? Back in the day, niggas worked in factories. So they moved the factories overseas. They got the immigrants overseas with the good jobs. Because if you work in the factory, you got good benefits. You got hella good pay. But they ain't got to give you good pay, good benefits in the factory because they moved the factory overseas. And those people don't got to get the same shit that if we had factories in America, like, right? Most of the stuff we buy is made in China, made in Taiwan, made in that. And we talking about getting immigrants out to free up jobs when, bro, they been got rid of, the whole fucking industry of engineering the products that we consume ain't even in America. We talking about from cars to silverware to the computers you use. Man, I can go down a list. The clothes you wear ain't even made here, man. Them Jordans that we wear, them shit's made in China. Ain't that a damn blasphemy? Shoes from a black man, a staple of America, and it's made in a country by our supposedly enemy, the people we competing for. We competing against China, yet all of our shit made in China. You can't point the shit in your house that ain't made in China, and you telling me that we competing in an economic warfare against these folks. It's a joke. And they got us arguing about little immigrant jobs when, nigga, we was in factories feeding our families. Dude, I'm talking about wealth that passed over. From one person working in a factory could take care of a whole household. A woman didn't even have to work. One man in the house with a job at a factory was enough to support a whole household and put your kids through school. Now that man settling for a warehouse job because we don't make none of the products we consume. They just got big ass storehouses in America to sell us everything and pile it up, and we can't make none of it. We warehouse. They got rid of niggas. When two things we gotta bring back in 2026: factory workers and niggas carrying briefcases instead of man purses. What happened to briefcases? See, I'm telling y'all, the real corporate jobs gone, the real goddamn factory jobs gone, and they got warehouse niggas and shit like that. I'm telling you, I've seen this world change before my eyes. So while we talking about immigrants over here taking jobs, how about we literally how do we make America great again? The old America had factories. Tell me I'm lying. This before these kids was born in this generation. They don't know the old America. They don't have nothing to compare it to. This all they know. Tell me I'm lying, bro. The old America, it was fucking... This was before hell of inflation, hell of consumerism like it is today.
And this was before hyper-capitalism as well. Also, when they say make America great again, I know a lot of people that's capitalists, they against tax the rich, but the rich were getting taxed at a 90% clip. Now, some people say that's too much, but at that time when they say make America great again, the time that they want to harken back to, they was taxing them at a 90% rate. And just to add a little bit more to what you were saying, the reason why it was all those factory jobs too, because a lot of brothers, if they got laid off, they could go across the street and, you know, just get another job too. they was also teaching the kids more skills in school as well. So like you can be 18 years old with a high school diploma, and then you already have enough mechanic skills to just walk and go into the factory. You know what I mean? So it wasn't just all of these meaningless courses. You know, there was a lot of life skills going on, and America benefited from the post World War economy where all these other countries was bombed to crap. You know what I mean? Japan and all these other places. You know, the opium wars and stuff. So you know, America didn't have as much competition. And then let's be honest, they sold out. You know, they sold the country out. Like they let the big wigs, the oligarchs, sell everything. So that's where there's the offshoring of the manufacturing and stuff. And you know, they outsource all the jobs. And you know, now it's just what they're pushing towards. They call like a techno feudalistic society. You know what I mean? So while they replace the native workers, with immigrants, then they replace the immigrants with AI and robots and stuff as well. So, yeah, and for me, I'm not like against like demonizing immigrants or anything like that. And my whole thing isn't like, oh, they took our jobs and all this stuff. I'm just giving, an objective analysis of some of the reasons that people complain about. Me, I think my life is not dependent on.
But look, though, the average person will say what you saying. The average black person that's saying, get them out of here. If I say why, the number one reason they going to say our jobs. I'm going to say, bro.
No, the average person, not disagree. The average person, bro. So black people, this is what people always say. Black people been voting Democrat, right? Vote blue no matter who. So if you vote Democrat, you're voting
disagree with that
immigrants. Too. Okay, so the people that voted,
I think niggas just been not. Listen, I'm gonna tell you the real trick. I think the most of black people don't even vote, and the few that do, yes, I give you that. The most of them vote left. Right, got you. Okay,
so they was voting to protect the immigrants. This is what I'm talking about, the political.
But I disagree with that. Most people voting for the left ain't voting to protect immigrants. They voting for other things that the left offer.
But they know that's going to entail that, right? Because the left is for open borders.
You gotta take you gotta take the good with the bad. But I don't think that most black people voting for the left is doing it because we standing by some damn immigrants, because I know a lot of black folks vote for the left. They doing it because they think that the right is racist. That's the number one thing.
Yeah, no, and I'm not saying it's like one or the other. It's a package deal, which is why they have these.
But I'm giving you, listen, check me out, bro. You gotta hear this, and I'm gonna be through, and I'm gonna let you cook. You can't let this go over your head, brother. This is why the Democrats got a stronghold on black people. They've convinced black people that the Republicans is the party of racist white men who don't like blacks. That's just the facts. That's the only reason the Democrats got a monopoly on black vote. I'll fall back.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with it. Disagree with that as well. But when the Republicans also demonize immigrants as well, that leads to more OC. They are racist, and that's why you hear people talking about black and brown. There's a lot of black Democrats crashing out for immigration. Jasmine Crockett, the Congressional Black Caucus, they stand up more for immigrants. And I'm not saying that's the entire community, but what I'm saying, that's the political apparatus. So I don't hear the most black people that I'm talking about, especially if somebody is in an interracial relationship, they got them a Latina or Asian chick, they're not crashing out on talking about deportations and stuff. So
I'm gonna tell you like this. I think if you for black people and you pro-black, that you would be crashing out against the Zionists in power that's sending this country to hell in a handbasket more than the immigrants. I think that it's a fake form of protest going after the immigrants versus these small hats that's running the country in the ground, because We're about to go to World War III, and it ain't because of illegal immigration. It's because of this tyrant in power that's doing everything Israel say do, and ain't none of these wars benefit America. I can argue and debate you if getting the immigrants out benefit us. Maybe it does, but I know one thing. None of the stuff we doing on the Gaza Strip and overseas with our troops dying is benefiting our people. Them our babies dying. Right? So I think that our country has a whole nother foreign country running our shit. The fucking Israel flag is more powerful in the White House than the American flag, and FBA talking about illegal immigrants undermining us when a whole nation is undermining America and the Constitution. So my whole thing is we gotta pick our battles wisely. And it ain't gonna be no country to argue about no illegal immigration in a couple months to a year here. And we keep going on with what Trump doing. And I think this is all to get us divided and distracted while they bring in World War III while we ain't looking what's going on with these small hats and on a bigger level. We got us arguing about small fries. In my opinion, niggas talking about get the illegal immigrants out for jobs, man. If we want jobs, tell them bring back our factories. Because, bro, you begging to get these illegal immigrant jobs is you begging to get the bare minimum. Ain't none of them jobs, nigga, worth fighting for. Yeah, you can make the argument, but Sanchez, that's easy for you to say making money on YouTube. But some people need that. Hey, man, too damn bad. If that's all we got is these bare minimum jobs, it ain't about kicking immigrants out. It's about creating more quality jobs. Then Trump promised that to us with the platinum plan. Now we settling for him kicking some illegals out. That ain't enough for me. I'm like Kendrick Lamar. It ain't enough. But you got it. Y'all got it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm just touching on the topic. I mean, I would, obviously clearly put more focus towards, the United. I say I've been saying it ain't MAGA, it's MIGA. You feel me? They're making Israel great again. So many people that you talk to, they're unwilling to push the line. Whether they believe in censorship or it's going to ruin future opportunities. But my channel ain't even monetized, so I'd rather speak about that than any type of immigration. You know what I mean? I'm about to cut off the head of the snake. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But you got it. Appreciate you, bro.
Hold on, give me 1 second. Somebody else just joined. They can go. Sterling.
So, well, I go on salute. Just giving a mic check. Well, I go on. I got nothing much to say on this subject. Just giving a mic check, checking in. I'm listening in though.
Easy, how do you feel about people protesting against ICE, like what we see in the videos I'm gonna share with you here in a minute?
I'm perfectly okay with it because people like to Bible thump, and I got a term of constitutional thump, right? So they always say what our rights are, and you have the right. So constitutionally, they have the right to protest. Now I get it. If it's not your cause, protest could get annoying and obnoxious, but
you don't think it's their cause to protest?
Yeah. Well, I don't think that it's everyone's cause because I haven't been to this protest, but I've been to some high level protests out here for Gaza, and much of it was theatrics. And
how do you?
And then
I'm so sorry, but how do you dictate whose cause it's for or not? That's Thank you.
No, yeah, and like I said, this is just what I perceive. I'm not saying that this is definitive, but what I'm saying is that some protests, because I did like my own form of citizen journalism. So this is just anecdotal, right? And this is just my perception. I'm not saying that this is definitive, because I didn't do any type of investigative bounty hunter type stuff. But some people were out there, from my perception, that they want to do the photo ops and things like that. And then in some other people, it appeared that they were, like more genuine and really for the cause. Just based on like what I seen. Some of the other people, I like, for instance, I went out with some Gaza type protests, like earlier in Oakland. Like they went in, like shut down the pier. They like, some people, they like locked, they chained themselves up down there. It was on the news and all this other type of
That's
stuff,
stupid.
right?
Yeah.
I thought it was stupid as well. I went out there because one of my friends, she does a lot of political stuff, so I was just like interviewing people and doing stuff like that, right? But then I noticed when it was some issues that wasn't about Gaza, let's just say something that had to do with FBA, these same activists, they weren't as fervent, they weren't willing to do that, and some people said reportedly that they got paid. They would have certain NGOs, and I'm not saying everyone got paid, but I do know some people they would get paid to round people up. So that's all I'm saying. I can't really quantify and say like 5% of the protesters was real, this percent was fake. I'm just saying, from my perception, some seem to be disingenuous, some seem to be genuine. You know what I mean? So
Well, you
yeah, I
mean
think it
that
was just a mixed
a
bag.
lot of people out there saying that they protesting for the cause, they really don't care nothing about the cause. It's for a check type thing. I got you.
Correct, and
I got you.
I'm not gonna say that that's most,
Mm-hmm.
I have no way to quantify it, but I do know people, and this is just my anecdote, so I'm not gonna try to project that on every
Yeah, that
protest.
but that's part of living in the land of the free. Well, like that's one of the things with the Constitution. People may say, well, look, I'm preaching the gospel because I care, not because I'm a multimillionaire pastor. That person can say I'm out here because I care, not because I'm getting paid to be out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? I get that as well. I ain't even tripping on that because that's just one of the things it's inevitable in a capitalist country in the way
Yeah,
shit's
because
set up
even
here.
when you talk about the Gaza, right? The Zionists have been used to, of course, America still licks Israel boots, but before, the American populace was just had its hand in the sand and was blindly have their allegiance towards Israel. But then people start saying free Palestine, and then that's where you start seeing all these IDF tactics, on the protest. And in order to manufacture consent, Israel was paying some people as well too. So you would see a massive Israel protest, and with APAC, ADL, that they're flush with cash. And I'm not gonna say every Jewish protester, but it was clear that they were paying people. There was a leak thing that said like they were paying some people like $7,000 to push pro-Israel posts. It's
So
a lot.
so again, it seems
Yeah.
like our main problem is Israel controlling the country from the outside and covertly versus illegal immigrants. So
Yeah, no, I
I
concur.
think
But however,
yeah,
if you talk to the mega maniacs, they say that the illegal immigration is based on Israel and the J people, and they start talking about the clergy plan and all
but
that
think
stuff.
about that. How can that be so if the Israel and J people got Trump kicking them out?
I'm not saying I believe that. I'm saying it's a
It can't
pervasive
be true based on
narrative. Yeah.
it just can't be true based on what I said. Because the J people gonna get what they want when they want it. If they want
Yes.
illegal immigrants here, we wouldn't be watching the video that I'm watching now with ICE doing all that. Yeah, we won't be watching this right here. Let me show it. Sure. If they wanted them. My thing is, I think what Israel want is infighting in America, civil war, while they run the. If I'm Israel, I need Americans bickering, arguing, and all that while I bankrupt them and send their ass to World War III. Because watch this. If we go to war, America gonna lose, Israel gonna gain from it. That's just the bottom line. And that's how you're going to end up in the New Zion, which was the name of my church that I went to when I was little. We're going to end up in New Zion. And what we call in the New World Order, we seeing all the chess, pieces come together for that. And we just ain't looking at that. But I want to get back, because when I do talk, I think FBA, in my opinion.
Question.
And I think FBA is turning to an anti-immigration movement versus a pro-reparation movement, and that's why I'm kind of like, I'm looking at it sideways, like, is this really legit? Is it? I've been in controlled opposition movements. Go ahead, but I ain't saying that yet. But the way this shit taking off and people ain't even thinking, crazy, man.
Based on what you said about how Israel running things from the inside out, why does everybody say that our military is so powerful that we can just run the world if Israel running us? If our military is so powerful,
what you mean by
I
don't get the question.
You said Israel running everything, right?
Right.
I mean, not running. You said Israel running everything.
Yeah.
But when I be trying to tell people it's not what you think, they will tell me, "Oh, ain't nobody gonna mess with America because we got the most powerful military in the world."
Yeah.
So if we got the most powerful military in the world, how can Israel tell us what to do if we got all the power with the military?
Israel is part of our military complex. You have Israel soldiers in the Air Force, in the Army. Let me tell you something about America and Israel that most folks don't know. If you are born and raised in Israel, by default, you got dual citizenship, and don't nobody even talk about that. What do I mean by that? If I'm an Israeli young man born in Israel, I can sign up and be in the Israel Army, Israel Special Forces, Israel political system. I can do what I want in Israel, but at the same time, I can equally go to America and be a senator, mayor, a general. I can be a captain in the Israel Army while also a fucking major in the American Air Force. Now listen, we can't do that. As an American, you can't go to a goddamn country and just join they shit equally and move up in ranks and politics and all that. Bro, it's Israel soldiers in our military right now and theirs. That's a conflict of interest. We got a foreign country. Basically, you see what I'm saying? Because think about it. They know all our secrets. We don't know theirs. If we ever fall out with Israel, that's it, man, because think about that. We let you in our house. You saw every room. You know where my safe at, all that. And you didn't let me look in your shit now time. Now, ain't that some shit written?
And remember, they bombed us too, the USS Liberty. They unalived multiple Americans and said, "Oops, our bad." I don't know if you remember that, right? The USS Liberty, and they were caught spying on us too, and they just said, "Oops, our bad." And Apple just bought up a startup Israeli AI firm, Apple. So people like, man,
talk about it.
Apple is secure with my information. Yeah, this just happened.
Israel own the American surveillance infrastructure. That's now basically they own the fucking spot, all the camp. Yeah, you got it. Palantir.
Yeah. I was gonna say Palantir, and remember with the whole 9/11 was they did the Patriot Act and they framed it as, look, man, we're trying to protect you. We spying on you, but we're spying on you for your protection. And now with all of this social media, people just give their rights away. You know, it's in the terms of conditions. Will you allow access to your camera and all this other stuff? And then whenever there's some heat on you, they just gonna talk to Mark Zuckerberg, whoever they have to, and they gonna, give all your information. I think Meta, Amazon, all these the companies, they be having what they call data breaches. But was it a breach or was it a leak? And then
Mm-hmm.
they have a massive fine. Oh, they were fined $2 billion, which is like
Smack
two
on the
hundred
hand.
dollars
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And each person gets like a $13 check because so many people. But where does that stuff go? And then if you got fraud detection, you'll see a lot of people's names, social securities, and stuff is on the black market. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the amount of money that they find versus what they making by breaching that data is fucking laughable. It's laughable. Seriously. And the thing about it is like, that's why I have to sit back and do shows like this, because I thought my thing was this, man. FBA is such at a good time right now for black people to come together, but I'm seeing the energy shift toward anti-immigrations, and I don't think nobody want to have that conversation with me, bro. People scared when I say that. I've been screaming it, bro, and I'm going to keep screaming it. FBA used to be a pro-reparations movement. As it stands right now, it's an anti-immigration movement, and why come no one see that's a problem? We off code as a collective right now. We're distracted. Or I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I think we're being played. We falling for a psyop.
Honestly, I don't think I think much of the anti immigrant stuff, I think much of it is kind of overblown, and I think a lot of it is like really like online, because there's no movement that's actually moving towards immigrants. So a lot of that stuff is like rhetorical. So people are getting uncomfortable with the rhetoric, but there's no actions being made. However, you could point to some immigrant populations who have made actions against us and denigrated us. You know what I mean? So I
When you
think a
say
lot
no
of it is not
actions
just about
being
the job.
made, we watching the protests right now, right?
No, so what I'm saying is, I'm saying you're saying that FBA, from what you're saying, is that people are being anti-immigrant, right? But like, what are they actually doing that's
What they're doing
anti-immigrant?
is they're supporting ICE. That's a problem.
Rhetorically, are they out there in the protests?
Listen,
Like,
brother, this what I'm saying right now. If a person say I support you, Sanchez, they ain't doing nothing but giving me saying you have my best wishes. That's all they gotta do. They ain't gotta come pay my bills. They ain't got to massage my shoulders. They can say, bro, Sanchez, I support what the fuck you doing, and that's enough for me to keep doing what I'm doing. And my thing is this. These people gonna keep doing what they doing without our support, while we're aligning ourselves with the same people who will get mad at us and tell us go back to Africa.
Right.
yeah, no, I don't agree with that. I'm not aligned with ICE or like,
I'm not. No, don't see. That's why to come. Don't do
no,
that, bro. You know
no,
what I'm saying. But,
yeah, I
So you
just
talking
want
about
to
the people.
clarify. I wasn't.
yeah, you got
I
it,
didn't take
bro.
it like that. I
You
just want
got
to
it.
clarify, just because there may be listeners, and I just want to clarify. I wasn't taking anything personal. Just to be clear with you. So
Because
you
I
got it,
know
bro.
you do support ICE, brother, but I know you ain't. You just giving them your wishes from afar. But I'm saying that right there is enough. That's doing too much. Because you don't think that's doing too much, because they
Well,
gonna
this the
yeah.
thing. Without ICE, they created ICE under Bush. So without ICE, they still would have a DHS or INS. So it's not really about they could abolish ICE right now, and then they still
You
would be deporting
that
people.
ain't what I'm saying is, why are black people letting ICE know we support you, we stand with you? I'm saying that's off code. And I want to know if anyone agree or disagree on the panel, or am I reaching? It ain't off code, or as it is. I think it's on off code, and I can explain why. But I want to share the mic with. I don't know if you want to go be easy. You can go. Yeah, let's talk
I
about it.
mean, I can't really say that it's off code. I don't think that it's inherently off code, right? I think it can be off code because people could take things too far, to be obnoxious. But I don't think that it's just inherently off code because many people just sitting outside the jobs. I think a lot of people will concur with your sentiments on the job, but other people, I think there is a bit of pettiness going on and a bit of exhaustion, right? Because people, it's like, man, we've been inclusive, we've been the political doormat, and all these other groups, just said, hey, kiss my behind. So I think some of that is coming out, in terms of like, some pettiness, some sort of vicarious
And that's why I
retribution.
said,
So do you think
that's
it's off
why he
code or
just
it is
proved
off
me
code?
right.
I don't understand what he's saying.
He just said it's off code when he said we being petty. That's petty behavior off code because I'm gonna tell you, petty ain't gonna get us reparations. Because when we say, well, the people who we support ICE because the people who ICE attacking, they undermined us. Bro, ICE and this whole administration undermined us, though. And they got the power to undermine us. They made promises to us, and they got the resources to fulfill the promise, and they decided to give it to Israel right in your face, more to Israel. And they just said they'll be happy with us picking on the illegal immigrants. And if we pick on these illegal immigrants, they won't even be talking about reparations or the platinum plan no more. And they're right. I know how to play chess. Trump did this before. His first time in office, before he got in there, he made all these promises to black folks. Then he got in there and it was all about the wall, the wall, the wall. And niggas forgot all about the promises he made to us, and we was celebrating the wall. Shout out to William Gordon and to Real Truth, Real Growth. Appreciate all of y'all for joining. And shout out to BEATZ, that dude. This a $5 bill. And by the way, BEATZ, I just want it to be known, this ain't no debate between me and BEATZ. This is a good panel bill. And all of my smoke. Yeah, thank you. And all of my smoke is toward all the FBAs who just out there going extra hard for ICE. And I don't think that's really none of us on here for real. I'm just, being
correct. Yeah.
Right.
But you got the smoke for that, and I think it's appropriate smoke, because I don't think that it's I don't think it's everyone, and I clearly don't believe it's the majority, but I think that it's a significant amount, or let's just what I would say a problematic amount. So I think it's warranted for you to address it, because I really don't support like just law enforcement in general, because like you said, they're all working to undermine, but you got to navigate within the system and the political paradigm that we have as constructed. You know what I mean?
How y'all doing tonight? Let me add this to it, right? Put your mind in a state of mind of being back in Germany back in the day, when that dude had his army going around and doing whatever they were doing to the people, right? And that was a big distraction, and they were terrorizing people. ICE is a distraction from what's really going on, what we should be paying attention to. So why are you supporting something that's a distraction? It's not doing you any good. It ain't bringing or putting any food in your children's belly. Like, that should be the last thing on your mind as far as support. So I just wanted to add that 2 cents in real quick, and I'll fall back.
And just to piggyback on it, it's like if we weren't at the brink of World War III right now, I probably wouldn't care as much as about niggas picking on some illegal immigrants getting kicked out, right? But we think them getting the illegal immigrants out gonna change something for black people. And I know one thing about this country, man. I'm telling you, and this is a fact what I'm about to say. Nothing will change for your people because of what they not doing for somebody else. The only time something gonna change for your people is because what they are doing for your group. If the people in power saying we gonna do this for your group and they follow through on it, man, your group gonna be winning. That's what they do for the small hats. But they can't say they helping you out by saying, look, I'm gonna go fuck them up right there for you. You see them right there? I'm gonna kick them out for you, Sanchez. I'm gonna be like, bro, you ain't doing that for me. I don't know. And listen, even if I am benefiting off of it, I'm gonna say, no, bro, that ain't for me. You promised me something. I see what you trying to do. See, this the game they running on us, and I don't know if y'all think I'm reaching or if I am reaching, but I see this, bro. It's like we can promise these folks all kind of stuff, and they will not care that we didn't fulfill the promise long as we going attack this group or attack that group that they don't like and tell them, look, we did that for y'all. We beat them up for you. We kicked them out of here for you, man. Okay, I still want to talk about the platinum plan. I still want to talk about reparations. And that's, see what I'm saying? We ain't talking about none of that. And that's how these groups started. That's how ADO started. That's how FBA started. Guess how I know it's something is controlled opposition, COINTELPRO. If it start off with one agenda and slowly and quietly mutate and shift to something else, that's when I immediately backed up and started looking at it like, wait now, because this may be a secret far-right agenda cloaked under, we want reparations to black folks. Next thing you know, this the new MAGA on the lowski. This the new red hat shit on the lowski for real. And I don't know if I'm reaching or not, bro. But I'm saying but I'm gonna fall back, man.
You're not reaching. I mean, like I just said, I mean, they're not doing anything for us. And don't forget, we were just getting our ass kicked in the streets, dragged and taken out, right? And I would have looked for human beings to be cheering that on, saying, hey, you know, I appreciate them people. You know, they call themselves the Blues, you know, the people that support the police, even though they were doing all that brutality. This is the reverse psychology of that, right? That's what it sounds like to me. I don't support these guys. You know, you shoot a lady with a gun and kill her. He could have did anything else besides shoot that lady or shoot that man. You see how they shot that man down in the street like he a dog? Those type of people don't even belong on earth, man. That's just pure evil. I'm falling back again.
And then, like, I'm saying America shift to anything you say is like, well, that's a left argument. That's a right argument. Can it just be my argument? And I'm saying, like, everywhere you go, a person can't just talk without them saying, oh, man, you coming off like you on the left or you on the right. It's like, bro, is it just me? Or is everybody trying to force you into the left or the right at this time? And that's like perfect for Civil War type shit. But, you know, it's crazy, man. Just like but the reason I say that, I'm watching these riots live. And in the chat rooms, all you hear is, if you protesting, you with the left. If you're against ICE, you automatically Democratic with the left. And I'm not part of no political party. That's my thing with FBA. Oh, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, man.
I was gonna say they're doing this to draw your energy anyway. Your energy and your attention from you you even being creative.
And let
Get
me
what I'm
ask you
saying?
a quick question, real true.
Mhm.
Do you think that black people benefit from illegal immigrants being kicked out?
Absolutely not. Because the people that occupy this place and run this place are illegal immigrants.
True that. Hell
they
yeah.
should be getting, they should be getting kicked out. The whole thing is they got us talking about all this, right? And they doing all this, and it's taking the attention away from them. We're in a state of waking up, coming into our own, realizing who we are, and so now they got to point the other direction. Look, we got to go get
And
them.
you know, I'm gonna give you a scenario, right? Let's say America is a house, right? And inside that house was black people, Hispanics, Mexicans, all these so-called illegal immigrants. We were chilling in the house together, right? Then the pilgrims, the small hats showed up and took over the house with force, and they made everybody scared of them. And over time, the niggas who was in the house before them start arguing about who gonna get kicked out the house. Because remember, the small hats used to tell black folks, if you don't like it, you can go back to Africa. So they think of us the same way. My whole point is these folks control the house, they run the house, and they showed up in the house later than everybody. But they so powerful and everybody's so scared of them that the people who was in the house before them argue with each other about who should get kicked out by them, who just showed up later than all of us.
Everybody looking at them like, who the hell are you? Johnny come lately. You know, and the whole thing is, like I said, man, they already listen, they started a whole lot of shit with us a long time ago, even to the point of why we call ourselves African and stuff, right? Taking us away from America to Liberia, just doing all kinds of shit, man, to us, man. You just got us all over the place, right? These are the same people, the same entity, and they just keeping everything stirred up long enough for them to carry out their evil ass plans, bro. Like, like I don't understand why people keep supporting these people. Period. It's cringe at this point. Like we see who the enemy. We clearly see who they are, and now here they go again using their might on people that don't have tanks, don't have airplanes. Like, why are you messing with these people, man? All distraction, all to take the heat off their own ass, man. So they can finish us off. And we falling for it. That's sad. Fall back again.
Everything Trump doing is part of a plan that they've been talking about fulfilling for the New World Order, for this Zionist agenda. Like,
Exactly.
that's why,
Like
yeah.
the Venezuela thing, that's been cooking for 20 years. They already had all this stuff playing out. So this Venezuela thing, for them to get that oil and do whatever they doing, and it's all been cooking, man.
Man,
All been cooking.
I saw some people today in a scary looking Trump RV. It was this older like white couple. They was trumped out, man. The RV had all kind of Trump memorabilia on it, and they looked like they smoke Marlboro Reds and do meth, right? And I said to myself, Trump is a fucking religion. And I see so many of these same profile white folks like that, and they'll sacrifice their whole little trailer, little RV, and trump it out. Pictures of him everywhere, and make America great. And he's gonna make. And I doubt if they even understand what's really going on in the world, man. It's so
Man,
sad and scary. Damn near make me want to get out of America, man.
bro, you should be scared. It's even doctors that are like that. I was talking to this female. She's a doctor at this hospital right across the street from where I live at. And in mid conversation, she was like, "Do you support Trump?" She was like, I'm MAGA. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh
Like,
shit.
she was the last person that I would expect that shit to come out of her mouth. And I'm like, and you're in control of taking care of people and doing shit in the hospital? Bro, like, this shit is sick.
Oh
And so
man,
I was
bro.
like, I said, you support Trump. And I said, why? And she was like, well, first of all, he's making America great. And I'm like, oh shit,
How
she
the
done.
fuck is he doing that when eggs cost goddamn
He ain't been great. He ain't been great yet.
what the hell? But you know what? These folks, in their mind, he's making America great. But if you really deal with reality, America's suffering right now, bro. We inflation's high. We in a mini recession. Ain't nobody talking about it. But
Mhm.
at the same time, we about to be in a Great Depression if we go to war. And think about it. If you have a big war in a mini recession at a time where you've burnt all your bridges with your allies and you basically ain't got nobody but Israel, and everybody, they going against Israel. Listen, Netanyahu have his listen, bro. It's over for us. And let me tell you something what I learned doing research for over a decade. Whenever a great superpower, a great country like America is about to fall, that's when they double down on their patriotism. Because when this happened in the past, y'all can research it. Right before any great empire fall, they have a big old pride. It's like this last gust of pride, and we love America, we love Egypt, or when right before it fall, and they do that because the social engineers need the people to keep believing in this country, even though everything going bad. So even though everything going bad, they got to over promote the patriotism now and your participation in the red, white, and blue. And they don't care if you left or right, long as you believe that America can be great again, when really it's, bro, all hell about to break loose. Even the Bible say that, and the Bible know the plan. It ain't prophecy. They following the script.
Hey, have you noticed, or is it just me, the scarcity of people, the scarcity of certain type of people around in America now? Like, is Vegas really packed like it used to be? Sanchez?
You know what's going on. You know why it seemed like the world is empty and there's no, and like this scarcity is what you pointing out. It's because everybody the same. Everybody is reactionary, low attention span, and the world seems smaller because there's no diversity. It's like going in a big ass store, but there's one item on the shelf. Every shelf got the same one little item. It seems small as hell in this big ass store. You know, where's the variety? I'm telling you, bro, this shit is cooked. They got everyone. I don't care if you left or right. I can plot your reactions. I know once you plug into this shit and buy what they saying and believe the script that they running on the world stage, you predictable, man. And I know they did it to make you predictable so you easily control. Right.
Yeah, they turned you into an algorithm, and they say that they know you better than they know yourself, right? Hey, Sanchez, I know you like the pumpkin spice latte, blah, blah, oh, oh, you like the Jordans, look, so you go on Google, and then, you look up something on YouTube, and then you go on Google and shopping, and they give you recommendations, and you be like, how they know this? You at some point you get mad, and then others, you just be like, oh, well, this is exactly what I wanted, right? Because they've been surveilling you. So in some instances, they may know you better than you know yourself. And other people just go with it because they're desensitized and other people are uncomfortable. Eric Snowden and other, he was one of the main whistleblowers. Why people still ain't talking about Eric Snowden and everything that he
Bro.
revealed, and he revealed this years ago. So what is stopping people? And to the point that you said, everybody is doing the same thing. And I that's why I give a shout out to you, because you like to build, and I definitely would like to have you on my channel. It's a smaller platform, but we could definitely build. But a lot of people, they always say, man, well, who's doing this and where's anyone doing this? But like the people that's building, they're not asking who's building the house. Bro, I'm building the house right now. I'm not asking, man, where everybody else building the house, right? If I'm doing mutual aid and gathering and organizing, usually the people that be asking that, a lot of times they're not doing that, right? So the people that talk about, man, we need to be talking about Israel and all this other stuff. Cool, bro. You got a platform. Why you ain't talking about it? You know what I mean? So then they're waiting for someone else to talk about it. They'll talk about everything else, right? They'll say FBA ain't talking about this. Yeah, but you ain't talking about it either. So how are you any different? And I'm not saying you specifically, but I'm not just talking about this topic. A lot of people do this on various topics. Excuse me. They say what other people ain't talking about. It's like, bro, you got more subs than the person that kind of, hectoring, right? You should be talking about this, bro. But if they monetize and they worry about AdSense, they don't want to talk about it. So it's like, who are you to really kind of wag the finger? You know what I mean? For me, I'm a cultural or intellectual enforcer. I ain't monetized, so I'll go to levels that people don't want to go. I'll talk about the Israel. I know about like the Nakba. I can get really, deep with it, and how Biden said if there wasn't an Israel, we would create one. But how many cats is really trying to, go there with that? If you ain't willing to, then like we can't expect nobody else to,
And
step up to the plate.
and I'm gonna tell you something. The reason I'm like Biden is obsolete at this point because Trump's the man right now. He brought the warp speed and all. Biden, the reason I don't think Biden is a threat for real, he's goofy, he's clumsy, he don't even look real. Trump, that nigga. Like, people love Trump. Look, even if you ain't in the politics, niggas be like, but I fucks with Trump though. You know what I'm saying? So a person like that is a threat. You gotta watch a motherfucker like that. They can become a dictator. I don't see that for Biden. He just ain't nobody for me to come like.
No, I the only reason why I brought him up is because I was just saying, like, I was given more, how the U.S., it doesn't matter who's in office, they all bend the knee to Israel. You know what I mean?
No,
you
that's
you
big
saw
facts.
how Bibi Netanyahu,
That's big old
Bibi
facts.
Netanyahu, he came to the White House and kicked his feet up like that was his place. Like I said, United States of Israel.
Facts. That's nothing but facts though. No, go ahead, Richard.
They bought Trump. Remember they bought Trump right in front of everybody. They put him on that coin.
Yeah,
Miriam Adelson. She's one of the top Zionists. She gave him 250 mil alone. Elon gave him 200 mil, and Miriam Adelson, who's one of the top Zionist J people, gave him 250 mil.
Yeah, she did. And he basically told you who he working for, like.
And you don't even hear about it.
And that's why I gotta respect him. I don't like Trump. I don't support Trump. I didn't vote for Trump, but I do respect him because I'd rather the mask off. It's like Malcolm said, the wolf and the fox, right? You see the wolf with the eyes and the fangs showing versus that cute cuddly fox get next to you. You turn around and then they maul you. No, Trump is right up the middle with it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And
a lot of people say that, bro. I can't get, because my thing is this, bro. I think we looking for a reason to respect a sellout, a crook, a imposter, a traitor. You may say that about Trump, but I don't see him like that because his whole campaign is make America great again. When you and I both know he's making Israel great again, but he won't say that. He won't just come out and say, listen, man, this shit ain't got nothing to do about an American. I'm bought by Israel, and I'm sorry, Americans, But shit, man, hey, Israel was the highest bidder now, Americans. He won't say
Which
that.
president wasn't bought by Israel?
Okay, so listen, all of them I'm going to say I don't respect. I'm not going to respect none of them, though, bro.
No, I don't. I'm not saying like I have respect for him, but I'm saying in terms of everything you
I ain't
said
got
about
none
Trump.
for him.
Okay, everything you said about Trump, you can make an argument that Biden is worse,
And I
right?
ain't got no respect for none of them. See, y'all will do what y'all will do. Y'all will say, I don't respect Biden, but I do respect Trump because at least he let you know. Like, I be like, bro, I don't respect none of these. I don't care if the white man say, look, Sanchez, I'm about to smack you before I smack you. I equally disrespect him like the one that lied like he was about to smack me. Smack me,
Yeah.
smack me.
It's like the lesser evil all over again.
Yeah.
What? The mentality has to stop at some point, man.
Because what happens, it turns into a religion for Trump. I rocks with it. Turns into, well, and not just saying with you, but to me, we look for
Yeah,
a
because I don't
reason.
support Trump. I didn't vote for him or anything.
Right,
Advocate
but
for him in any way.
I'm saying, look, respect is valuable. You know why? Black men don't really respect each other. So when we say, well, I respect this person for this, I be listening with my ears big like this nigga better have a good reason because niggas don't give out respect easy. We know that, you know what I'm saying? So, well,
Yeah, no, so let me phrase it because what I'm not saying like I respect Trump like that because I'm just like you. I don't respect none of them. Obama, Clinton, none of them. Right. I was saying I guess I respect that style of politics. Well, it is not even about Trump, right? It could be DeSantis, whoever. I don't like
is
DeSantis. I don't like any of that. So it's not really about me respecting Trump because I know Trump is an anti-black bigot. I've been following all the stuff that he removing and all the stuff like that. So just to clarify, because I know you want to be precise and concise with it, right? I don't respect Biden, don't respect Trump, Reagan, go down the list. What I was saying is I respect that level of politics, you know what I mean, to just be upfront with it than to be on the same Zionist type of stuff and
and lie
lying
about
about
it. Now look,
Correct.
both lying about it though. I don't get like Trump is
Yes.
hold on. Trump is not being upfront with his Zionism. Like I said, he's worse than Biden because he's saying I'm making America great again when he know that he's making Israel great again. Like who's doing the work? He got a whole campaign line about it. So if we got to be real, we got to say, well, both sides equally lying about their Zionism and acting like they doing it for the people, but they just puppets for Israel. We got to do what y'all, but to me, people don't do that with Trump, even though he their biggest puppet for real.
Hey, listen to this. Listen to this. Think outside the box when I say this, right? We've been around here calling ourselves black and African, and we're not, right? We're saying that we're the indigenous people, right? Trump just gave these people back their title as the real Indians. I forgot what tribe it is, right? Suppose he ain't coming out and telling us that we better go ahead and change our status, and he's correcting or getting rid of all the bullshit because we're not black people. But it's like, okay, you better catch the fuck on type deal. And at the same time, of course, he's gonna win with the bullshit he's doing, but for those that don't catch on, don't change their status, you're gonna lose. Because clearly he reinstated this tribe. If you look it up, Trump reinstated a tribe. They don't call themselves black. They call themselves by their tribe. So what's up with that? Put all that together, what I just said.
My whole thing be, man, there is no difference between these two parties. But
Right.
in 2026, as it stands today, FBA is saying we've been voting for the Democrats this long, and I don't like the way that sounds. Guess what we ought to be saying? We've been trusting this American political system this long. It's like we're saying, look, man, I'm a hoe, and I've been with this pimp this long. Let me go try this other pimp. That's how I look at the shit. Like, look, I think FBA is setting themselves up for this next election to hop on the right. And if that happens, somebody got paid off from the beginning with this whole FBA shit. I know how politics work.
Let me ask you something. So, FBA, who's running it? Who's constantly speaking on it? And I mean,
this what you
like,
gotta realize, man. Ain't no leader to FBA, it's a lineage. But check this out. It is a leader, though. Because there are people that's highly respected who, quote unquote, control the narrative. And guess what a leader does? Control the narrative. So I'm going to be honest. There are people like Tariq and certain people who we can say, well, they are the leaders, because if you FBA, when Tariq put content out, you're there. You're going to watch it. You ain't missing none of it. You're staying up to date with what he got going. And you ain't really going to push back on Tariq either. It's like Tariq going to set the arguments and all that, which is cool because he's doing a good job and all that as far as what I think the movement need. But at the same time, the only thing is what we don't need is, I think black people need to be on some fuck everybody type shit. Like the left, the right. Because what's happening is we saying yeah, because people is saying like, well, fuck the Democrats. We've been voting for them all this time. Let me go over here and let this nigga take me out on a date, girl, because my man ain't been doing shit this time.
Yeah, I always say, so like you said, it's all about the establishment, right? They saying we've been I'll put it in NBA terms, since niggas like sports, right? We've been playing, or we've been voting, invested in the Warriors this whole time. Won't we try the Lakers, right? But the Lakers and the Warriors are in the same league. They're beholden to the establishment. The Republicans, the Democrats, both
you ain't got. Let me show you how this work, brother. The White House is like a casino, and you got slot machines in this casino. And when black folks say, well, we've been putting our money in this damn slot machine and we ain't hit the jackpot yet, let's try a different slot machine. Now that's called a gambling addict, because check it out, that's what voting is. Tell me I'm lying. Like, think about this, bro. Your vote is like the money you put into the machine, which is the ballot box, and you gambling for real, because you can't, ain't no guarantee on that vote that you just put in that box. So guess what? That's just like, I'm in Vegas, bro. Ain't no guarantee you gonna hit the jackpot, but every casino promise you that you can hit the jackpot, just like the presidents do. When the casino know that they work for the city and the goddamn mobs and mafia, not the people. Vegas can't be a city if everybody hit the jackpot. But what do? They promise all of us the goddamn American dream. That's the jackpot. But the system ain't built for everybody to get it. It's called capitalism. Somebody got to hit and a lot of people got to lose. Now, a few people got to hit just to keep selling the dream. Them the token Negroes, your Boule, your Masons, they got to let a few niggas win to keep the dream alive. And now everybody gonna keep going to the casino every day. I see it. I'm in Vegas, bro. And guess what a gambler will do? A gambler will say after they done gambled their whole damn rent money, they'll say, you know what? I know what my problem is. I chose the wrong slot machine. Let me try a different casino. That's how y'all sound to me when you say, let me try a different party in the same system. We got a gambling problem, and we think that it's the slot machine when it's our gambling addiction. I've been in Vegas over 10 years. I pick up on parallels, and I'm telling you, voters got a gambling addiction, and they don't know it. They can't stop going to that box. If you give them some money, they gonna go gamble that shit. Give them a vote, they gonna have to go gamble it. And guess what they'll say? They'll say, but bro, I got to gamble with somebody. I can't just hold this vote. I got to spend it with somebody. A gambler just can't save their money. They got to say, well, Sanchez, I got to go gamble this shit at one of these damn casinos. It's so many of them, and they colorful and pretty.
So he told me to bring 80. And
You see what I'm saying, bro?
That's how you want, right?
That's our people, man.
Hey, so
Hey,
Sanchez, what do you say to the because from that argument, and I'm not saying I disagree with that, because that's kind of the language that I speak, operating outside of the political system, right? But it sounds like you were making an argument for the people that will say no tangibles, no vote, or vote the couch, and most people don't vote anyways, right? So what do you say towards the people that say that you are disenfranchising yourself by not voting, or by putting forth candidates, or by opting completely out of the political system?
I would say,
response be
first of
that?
all, articulate to me how I'm disenfranchising myself by holding my vote. I would tell them that, and I would watch them struggle with that simple question. You can
You know
go
what their
take a
comeback
shot
gonna
at
be?
it. Go ahead, Bees.
Their comeback. Oh, their comeback is gonna be.
Because I've
Well,
heard that before.
Well, I would say what exactly am I voting for? Because when you look at all of the big wigs, it's about quid pro quo. So I would turn it into a broader discussion. You know what I mean? Like do they have a policy platform on their on their website? You know what I mean?
Well, the
So
thing is, that's the point. What you pointed out was me not voting. I'm hurting myself some kind of way, and they can never prove to me how.
They'll say, you know,
you turn it back on them. Okay, how am I hurting?
Well,
Okay,
it ain't that
gotcha.
I'm turning it on them. I'm saying you're making a claim, now prove it. They never prove it. It just sounds smart. You telling black folks not to vote, you're disenfranchised. That word. The word.
Know what they gonna hit you with?
Right?
Your ancestor died for the
Yeah, they
your
gonna hit me
ancestor
with
died
that.
for you to right to the vote. They gonna hit you with that for sure.
I thought I just said that.
They do.
I didn't hear you.
Real true facts. He was finna say that.
No, that's what I'm saying. But go ahead. Another thing. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, I was just gonna go off on this. The guy Deontay Cowell, they called out FBA. Did you see that video yesterday?
Nah. I've been working on a documentary. Told y'all I'm going viral on Facebook.
Hey, bro, I'm working on some documentaries too. Actually, I'm shooting a documentary for one of my boys who's a battle rapper, bro. So I'm actually I'm in the Bay Area, bro, and I do all my own shit, bro. You feel me? Like I just bought the equipment, bro, learned, bro, read books, did all this stuff. And so yeah, bro, just like if you ever in the Bay, bro, just let me know. I'll shoot a video on the strength for you, Sanchez. Just let me know. I got you, bro.
I definitely want to collab in 2026.
Yeah, bro. You film your own stuff or what?
Just like we doing now, man, bro. We can have podcasting shit where we have these controversial style joints here, man, and get our no jumper on with this shit, because look.
Yeah, we can do it. Yeah, exactly. And then it's because also once you do it in person, it brings a different level of energy, a different level of excitement as well for the viewer. You know what I mean? And but I think it will be a different too, because the way you carry it, it will be a way where it can be tense moments, but it don't gotta go overboard. You feel me? Where it's a way for you to be energetic and somewhat over the top. It goes to the limit, but it don't go over the limit or cross the limit. You feel me? Like that's really what you need, and you need to be able to see more of that, because that's a certain level of maturity, to unlock. Right? Everybody could. People could grab firearms, people could go fisticuffs, but
Nah,
how
we
about we
ain't
do
trying
that
to. Guess
intellectually?
what?
No,
I
yeah,
think that
yeah,
fire content is what's in the game for 2026, man. And guess what?
yeah.
Guess what needs to happen with the so-called conscious community? We got to bring back that authentic, explosive, old days type shit because like all the bullshit never lost that. All the,
Yeah.
like that's what I said. All these content. That's why people tune in to
Hey,
them.
no, but
Like,
peep this, bro. The bullshit has been enhanced and the intellectual has been diminished.
yeah, man.
That's
Hey,
wild.
And
I
then
was gonna say
the
something.
vertical style that we was talking about earlier, that just helps it too. But my bad,
Hey,
real true.
no, you good. I was gonna say something too. I don't like the battle rap because like it's like it's another form of beef. You know, we've been telling these young people to stop, you know, shooting each other, right? Unaliving each other, should we say. And then now here they are, they're using their skills, their talent to be vulgar towards one another. When are they gonna be constructive
Watch this.
and bring life? Go ahead.
I'm gonna share some with you. When I was young, and I keep saying that shit like I'm old. I'm 40, but it show you how shit changed, right? Quick. When I was young, battle rapping was a thing, but the difference is today, all you got is battle rapping. When I was young, you had battle rapping and you had talent shows regularly, meaning ain't no battling. You show up, you do your best song, and other groups and other artists do their best song, and they vote with. It could be a love song, it can be and guess what I'm saying, bro? The talent show shit gone is just battle rap now.
Right.
Like, that's it for real.
That's what we need to bring back. Yeah, because they're very talented, but it's like they beefing. I mean, it's vulgar. Like, who wants to hear that shit?
Let's bring debates back too.
Yeah,
But
well, I will
real
say with
structured debates with
battle
good
rap,
topics.
Yeah,
you know what? I had a conversation with some of the battle
that's true.
rappers about that, so I think I'm gonna add that into the documentary. But a lot of them too, and I get y'all too, especially when it comes to the industry and I guess like the overall tenor of a lot of music and stuff. But I know with like a lot of battle rappers, a lot of them, the majority are like kind of cool with each other, and it's pretty much on some like WWE, WWF type stuff. It's not really like kind of like bodies really dropping in the street. So for some
But it ain't
people,
just,
they look at it as it like their
But
livelihood. You
but
would have to
see,
talk to them. Go ahead.
be easy. I know where you going, but here, this the point I'm making. Be easy. When I was young, niggas battle rap, but that was just one thing they did. They was a rapper and they was still making songs, all that. Tell me that like today is different. It's like if a nigga is a battle rapper, he's stuck damn near it as a battle
Correct.
rapper. Yeah.
And you know what? I had a conversation and I told them cats that I was like, it's a low playing sport. A lot of times cats are kind of too egotistical. Cats get, a certain, but that's a different rabbit hole. But I
But you
think
gotta
that you
think
guys
about it.
made
That ain't easy to do to rap without everybody listening and catch everybody attention. When you in the
hell
studio, you
no,
could
it's
mess up and say, "Oh,
extremely
let me
hard.
re-record it right quick. I messed up." You can't do that when you rapping on stage with you getting paid 30 grand to rap and you battling three
Let me
rounds. You can't
explain
mess up
something
and
to
miss
you,
nothing.
Retton. Let me tell you something,
Yeah.
Retton. Them niggas is not up there freestyling, bro. I was a dope ass battle rapper, nigga. Let me tell you something, bro. Everything is pre-rehearsed. Rap is a fucking listen. Rap, I love
Say
rap.
the shit to nobody.
Let me tell you something about this rap
This
shit.
what I'm
With this
saying,
rap
Sanchez.
shit, yeah,
No,
yeah.
listen. This is what I'm saying. When you on stage and you rapping, if you mess up, you lost. You can't mess up. If you in
Yeah,
the
it's
studio,
called a
you can
choke.
mess up and
Man,
say,
listen,
let me cut the
those
tape.
them battle
Ain't
rap,
about you
but
freestyling.
shit.
You preparation.
Listen,
You prepping
shit,
your raps now.
shit have changed though, Retton. because I hear niggas fucking up in these battle raps and the crowd is very forgiving. When I was young, nigga, they booed Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, it was that though.
You're right about that, Sanchez.
Yeah, but yeah, because so once you mess up, that's considered like a choke. You stumbling and all that stuff.
Yeah, you choke, you lost that round.
Yeah, but I look at it like the gymnast too. You know, once they do they flips and they land, if you land it perfect, that you get more points. If you stumble on the landing, they knock off points. But because they sometimes battle a lot of other people that are unprepared, if somebody else stumble, your stumble could be less pronounced. So the stumble, you could still win, right? The stumble may not be the end. So it's a lot of nuance and science to it. And that's kind of the parts that I want to break down and add all this stuff to the discussion. I mean, if Bro Sanchez wants to be a part of it, I mean, I think it will be dope. But yeah, I think
that ain't really my point. My whole point was, it's more harder to be a master of ceremony and gravitate people towards what you're saying with no beat and they just listening to you. You got to paint a picture. You might rebuttal. All that is way more harder to do that than to just go in the studio and make a song.
But what I'm telling you,
it's not easy to make a song.
Hold on, Red. Hear me out. I ain't disagreeing. What I'm telling you is kind of all one and the same. Because as a rapper, I rehearse. I know that there's gonna be times where I may be caught off guard. Niggas may say, hit a freestyle. Niggas may say, look, battle this nigga. Niggas have shit in their back pockets. If a nigga put me on the spot right now for a freestyle, I'm always writing. I'm coming up with new lyrics. I'll kick some shit I wrote last week or something, you know what I'm saying, something, and I'll build off of it. Ain't nobody start from scratch. Or you start from scratch and go into what I'm saying is this.
Transition into that written.
Rap ain't no shit that I'm doing because they said kick a rap. It's some shit I'm always doing in my mind even when I'm thinking and shit. Like a fucking bar might come to me when I'm eating macaroni or some shit.
Yeah, but see, back in the days when we used to freestyle and battle rap, niggas would say anything. It wasn't, you could just put words together. But when you got an opponent,
guess what?
You talk about your opponent, you can't use that freestyle you had because you got to talk about that.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Let me show you. You're gonna lose.
Let me show you. Let me show you how you do it. That's how I know you ain't a rapper. Watch this, right?
You serious?
Hey, listen, bro. Let me tell you something. I freestyle for hours. I was a legend, and guess what, dude? I had a thing I would do. I would say, bro, just point to anything around. It can be a top. It can be a piece of trash. I'ma spread at the moment and make that shit make sense in a way nigga can just point at some shit, nigga.
Sanchez. This is what I'm saying. Just listen to me for 1 second. I watch battle rap. I be in battle. Like, I do this. This is what I'm trying to say. I got song.
Let's do it right now then.
Hold on. Okay, we can do it after I make my point. Let's listen for 1 second, right? What I'm saying is, at the beginning of battle rap, when niggas first started battle rapping, niggas used to just spit raps until they run out of raps. You just spit as much raps, even if some people can freestyle, some people can't, but you just spit in raps that you wrote, right? Now, when it became competitive, your opponent, you got to direct at that person. You can't talk about what you did with a bitch last week or what you got to direct your balls to this person right here in front of you.
I got you.
Gonna lose.
I know. Now watch this, right? Let's say I wrote a rap last week, and in the rap, I'm talking about killing and all that. I can take that rap, bars from that rap, and just put your name on the killing part and saying I'm doing that to you now. So that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. No, because guess what? Let me land, bro. The reason I won't lose, because if you never heard the shit I'm spitting, you wouldn't know the difference. That's what I'm telling you, bro. Some of this shit is magic too. And magic can be explained, bro. It ain't just magic. I ain't saying a nigga ain't sharp, because you got to think of shit on the spot. Like, I may see some shit on your shoes, or you may have some crust around your lips, right? And the moment I say that I'm about to make a rhyme about this nigga lip when the mic get on me, I may already had a rap with that rhyme scheme with trip, blip, or some shit like that, and I'll incorporate that with this one line that I'm finna put on his lip, and people will think I made all that up on the spot. I'm just showing you little tricks and tactics.
Right. You can do that.
For the people, I'm showing the people little shit right now that's listening who may think, ooh, whoa, bro, it's tactics and methodology, and if you want to learn how to do this shit, I can teach you, for real.
Oh, on top of this,
man, listen, man, I study battle rap, bro. You can, I know what I'm talking about.
Bro, I've been doing this shit since 15, and you can't tell me
you know
nothing.
The saying is, right,
bro, listen. You can't tell me nothing I just said is a lie. You ain't tell me a lie.
No, I didn't say you lied. I'm
saying
then,
we on the same page.
I was talking about from that time till now. If you try to come in a ring, in a real ring with a real battle rapper, trying to do that shit right there, if you ain't a professional,
that's what them niggas doing. No, I watch it.
I ain't saying you now. I'm just saying listen, in general.
I'm telling you, that's all niggas doing. All they doing, bro, ain't nobody inventing rhyme schemes. Ain't nobody inventing new rhyming words on the spot. What they doing, everybody rhyming the same shit. And they just putting new punches and new shit to it. It ain't that many words in the American dictionary. American, Farrakhan, like certain shit, we all gonna rhyme the same shit if you say a certain word. But what makes it fire, how you did it, the scheme you used, shit like that, like the brother was saying with flipping off a diving board. Everybody gonna do twist turns, back flips, front flips, but how you did it, just like boxing. Everybody gonna throw jabs, uppercuts, all, but how you doing it, your combinations, how you put them together, your bars. That's all I'm saying. Guess what? And rap battling is very tough. Because one thing that makes it tough ain't even coming up with the bars like that on a moment. Because if you've been in a lot of battles in your life, it's like niggas saying, go spar with him and you Mayweather, right? I can spar, that's no problem. What I'm saying with the whole rap battling shit is the ego shit. If you spar with that nigga and he catch you with one of them rights, it's hard to get that momentum back in a battle rap. If you fuck like that's what you were saying, Retton. You got to be. That's the hardest part of it, knowing I can't mess up. But guess what? But the whole thing is this right here. Why I said niggas do it effortlessly because of these methods and tactics. I was going into how you can never really mess up unless you drink and smoking and you just. Shit like that. But in my opinion, battle rap today is harder because most battle rappers, that's all they do. Back in the day, you had to battle rap, make radio songs, make albums, do all kind of shit. You had to do, like 50 Cent wasn't just a battle rapper. He had to make a radio hit commercial. Most battle rappers can't make no damn commercial hits, and they ain't got an industry career for real.
And most niggas been battling for free. Now they get paid $50,000 to $100,000 to battle now.
And my thing, the game to change. So guess what? The whole battle rap thing is like how the music industry used to be back in the day with just music, period. See, back in the day, niggas used battle rap just to get popular. That's it, because battle rap didn't really pay like that. It was like, okay, that nigga think he's fire than me, and he's making
it didn't pay. It didn't pay at all, Sanchez. They were doing it for recognition. They wouldn't even get paid to battle.
But that's what I'm saying. The reason I said like that, because I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. They used to bet money on these battle rappers, and they'll put some money in them niggas' pockets too. Yeah. But it wasn't nothing like what you saying now, 6 figures and shit. Like, you got rappers who leaving the industry to go battle rap on YouTube now. But see, that's because shit changes.
Yeah.
So it's like now it'll benefit you to just sharpen your battle skills than even be the thing is this. It's gambling, because if you say, well, fuck battling, I'm gonna focus on making some good music and hopefully I can run up the stream and shit and get paper like that. that can go too. But at the same time, like niggas doing both of them. But if I'm making a lot of money battling, I may be tending to put all of my eggs in that basket and say, look, I'm doing good. I'm already respected in the league as a battler. Fuck that. My pocket's right. I'm doing this. So I ain't hating that at all. I can't hate on the nigga who's saying I'm gonna be a battle rapper and that's it. Cause the money there today. I was just saying it wasn't like that in my time. That's why I wouldn't say like, well, these battle rappers today, they more talented than 50 Cent. No, they ain't. It's just that that's all they can do. 50 Cent can go and make a candy shop song or some shit that'll make your grandma dance. They can't do that, a lot of them, you know? So when you sitting in the room all day trying to come up with the most Mortal Kombat fatality line about how I'ma do you and shit with the battle rap shit, but like you said, that's fine for the internet today. But y'all on battle rap now, I'm staying on that because that's FBA type shit too. But I really wanted to get on Ice for real, man. I ain't satisfied with the answers I'm getting on while we standing with
nobody.
Ice,
Nobody wanted to bitch you with that subject. You ain't realized that yet? They're running from you.
Yeah, and they ain't clicking a link or nothing. And it's crazy because I'm screaming FBA around here, and I've been having so many FBA click and come on. And the moment I say, look, I'm FBA, but I think we doing too much, with the support of ICE.
Did that debate you had with all of them when you did that, when you went through the gauntlet, do they still have that up? Or they ain't even up?
Which one?
The one you had on South Netta.
When
you were talking about ICE and nobody, they start talking about
what? I hope they left that up. I hope they left that up, bro.
You smoked them.
Hey, let me give a shout out to Sister Freedom from Unscrambled Minds. Sister Freedom from Unscrambled Minds. If you know anybody that support ICE and that they saying that they FBA, let's set up a debate between Sister Freedom. I'm on my debate shit. And I'm making my rounds. I went over to Sarnetta's. I'm letting FBA know that I'm FBA all day. But we doing too damn much supporting ICE.
How they change the subject to the out of Africa theory when we were talking about ICE though? I'm
gonna tell you how. Because of one person. His name is Unc. And Unc is so fascinated with niggas being monkeys. I don't know why.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That bitch want to be a monkey so bad.
He want to be
homonyms in the print.
I'm going to start calling that nigga. Yeah.
It's homonyms and tenopistius.
Yeah, you sound just like him.
Tenopistius. Brother. Every time you say something, he sneak this and no, he interrupting and
man.
Boy, I don't know what you did to that man. You took that man. You did something to that man.
You know why? That nigga. And to those who don't agree with science, like he's a real defender of science, like. And then
scientific theory is based upon fact. He's like, I ain't going against that. But this what I'm going against. And he trying to say this. He thought you was going, man. He not on your level, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro.
I'm gonna start calling that nigga Brother Australopithecus. Yeah. Let me pull up. Let's hear from Brother Austra.
That bitch wanna fight you if you say that shit. He gonna wanna fight, boy.
What's up, Brother Pithecus?
Brother homonyms. The genome and the phenotypes of the brain skulls and the skulls that they got. Like, stop, man.
This shit funny when you shorten it. Yeah. Oh, man. But yeah, man, Nigga tell you that the first people on these lands were Africans.
It didn't tell you when you show him a man with a haircut, that's a monkey, though. So you talking about all these monkeys, and then when I show you a human with a haircut, with a fade, that's a monkey.
That's a damn monkey with a kid in play cut.
Man?
A monkey with a box fade,
with a blade cut. That nigga like Blade, like Wesley Snipes. The man look like Wesley Snipes. He said,
a monkey with a blade cut. Yeah,
that's
with
a monkey. That's I forgot what it was. I forgot. Well,
Yo,
what is it? I forgot.
Hey, bro,
I gotta go back and look.
let me meet this monkey's barber, nigga, if that's a monkey. This nigga
the
here
man
said
got a lineup. The monkey got a lineup. But
he got a lineup, FBA lineup, back in the day on a statue, frozen in time. Bro, that is a Ray lineup. You can see it a mile away. That is not Reese's monkey. That's Ray, not Reese's.
They took it down?
I hope they didn't take it down. They don't. You know, them niggas take down all my shit when I mop the floor.
I was wondering when you were gonna say that.
Bro, like, I'm the only nigga who get deleted from history. Am I beat them up that damn bad? It hurt. I should have been downloading all that shit myself, man. Like,
yeah, you did that.
Them niggas trying to rewrite history like I didn't mop the floor with your whole roster.
And then they won't let us come on. He only let his people come on. He won't let none of us get on the call. He let
like
the same people, Reggie and all them same
bro.
Get on.
Right, tell that nigga to release the lost tapes like Nas, man. Bring back all the old Sanchez. Let's run a Sanchez marathon on a HOK. Don't delete your boy from history. Come on now. Because when they dig me up 200 years from now, they gonna say, oh, this nigga was the only one thinking for himself.
Tell me when they dig it up.
They gonna be like Tesla. This nigga was just getting demonized because he had the truth. Wow, man.
They don't want to deal with it, man. You just might as well just face the facts, man. They don't want to deal with it. They ain't set up that debate yet. Set it up. You ain't getting no call yet, man. That man don't want to get embarrassed no more. And then then the sad part about it is every time you debate them on their show, people will call in and say Sanchez won. Sanchez won. Everybody be saying Sanchez won. The man be swinging, fighting the air like Trail Boys in the Hood, man.
Yeah, like I might have to pay Sarnetta. Like, Sarnetta, man, you still got all them videos of me whooping up on your Jabari's ass and all of these panels that, man, there was so many streams. I went over there like Bruce Lee in the crowd. And you know it is true because they took him down. Like, man, we can't lead this up, man. Come on. I bet you Jabari, Sarnetter, you got to take this. Sarnetter, take it down. He always put a R in that man's name. Sarnetter. But, yeah, listen. You niggas don't want to talk about ice. I take it you drink hot drinks. These guys don't want to talk about ice tonight because there's no smoke. Everybody agree with me about ice. We don't need it. We can just take straight shots. Need no damn ice.
Ice, baby. You need to stop playing that for them boy. Ice, baby. They could be so mad at you.
See, that feels too corny for me to do. That's too corny. No, we ain't gonna be doing all that.
Ain't nobody want no smoke, Sanchez, man. If you ain't changing the stuff, see that niggas running, ducking, hiding.
So somebody said, bro, Sanchez, my mama told me not to debate you is not a win. I mean, good look for me. Yeah, you might can win. Hey. It ain't about winning. Salutes to y'all, though. You know, I don't really claim a point that I ain't comfortable I can defend very well. The key to winning is knowing what you can If I know what I know what I can and can't do. And if I know that I'm going up a tree I ain't sure about, I just avoid the debate. I'll find ways to where it don't take away from my, you know what I'm saying, ego. Bro Sanchez, you're delusional. I've never saw a debate that you won. This last debate with Craig was embarrassing and your ignorance was on full display. Says the man who said that the atmosphere is synced with the ground, but yet clouds pass by your house. You know, people who think I lost that debate with Craig, those are the people who can't think for themselves and think that a nigga won just because he got a UK accent. You can tell these niggas anything in a UK accent and they'll bow down and kneel like the Africans do to Queen Elizabeth. Won't y'all click the link, man, before I start blocking y'all in the chat? Come on up, man, and let's make the show. It's Friday night, and y'all want to be keyboard warriors, man. Call in. I like my water without ice. I like my shit room temperature. Won't y'all come up? The people say I got a cape on for illegal immigrants, right? The truth is they got a cape on for illegal immigrants because the niggas who with ICE are pilgrims and buccaneers to this country. Think about this now. They got they cape on saying, get them, white man. And it's the same white man who hung their ancestors and threw their damn babies to crocodiles. And the cold part is, them white men will get them people without you pom-pomming, without you cheerleading. All I'm saying is, look, let them get rid of them immigrants without our support because they gonna do it anyway. Let's not give away free support. We don't even support each other like that. And you mad because I'm mad at you for pom-pomming for the people that hung your ancestors. It ain't that I'm caping for illegal immigrants, because guess what? I'm glad ICE doing their job. I'm just mad you support them because they gonna do it without your support. What? Like, when did we get in the business of giving away free support, real truth? Free support. Before tangibles. This would be a good opportunity for us to say, you know what? Y'all got the immigrants out, and let's keep talking about reparations. That's how serious we is about these tangibles. Because guess what the truth is? They using getting the immigrants out to stop talking about what they gonna do for us when they was gonna get the immigrants out anyway. Even if we don't support them and say, man, we don't care that you getting the immigrants out, fuck that. They gonna still get them out. See how much powerful position that put us in with leverage? Because we ain't letting them know that they just got our support without them tangibles we was talking about. It's still reparations over here. And this lets me know that y'all done dropped the ball and gave up on reparations and you just happy with anti-immigration. You're proving my point. Hey y'all, I'm about to get ready to shut down here in a minute. I'm about to have a music show coming up too soon, man. Y'all be on the lookout for it. I'll keep y'all in the loop for it. And shout out to all the channel members too. I had to step away from the mic for a minute. But I'm about to shut this one down. No salutes to all of the panelists and to everybody. This was just a late night pop-up, man. But I'm about to get up out of here though.
Salute, Sanjay.
Hey, same to you, bro. Peace and love.